Well, I got it apart. This freaking flint wheel, I couldn't hardly get off of there, so it finally popped off, allowed me to get this up enough to get it off. But, well, I'll tell you what, it didn't give no lead away. I kid you not, that freaking thing was, I mean, it wasn't gonna give, period. No freaking way was it gonna give. Now, thing I got here, I got another plugged up sponge. These lighters, guys, this lighter's about brand new. Seriously, this lighter's like brand new. There's hardly any wear and tear on it. But put these sponges in there that let's just face it, guys, they ain't cutting it. They're just not doing it. Let's try. See? See that? That's a butane lighter's nightmare. That's a brand new sponge. Ain't nothing wrong with that sponge. Except for it's got a screen on it and doesn't have a hole in it. See how all the pressure in it? See, there's a small hole, orifice, down in here. And when you put that screen on there, it's not doing it. It's not doing anybody a bit of good. All I managed to do is booger up my real fine. I'm gonna pull that screen off of there. I'm gonna reuse that sponge. I'm just gonna poke a hole in it because it's just, boy. It's aggravating. Let's see, I'm gonna poke a 1 millimeter hole in it. Okay. Yeah. All that work needed to be done because somebody designed a quality lighter. They skipped out on freaking putting a hole in that sponge. You say, what's a hole do? Well, I'll tell you what the hole does. If the sponge gets clogged, I'm going to show you. I'm going to explain this to you. All right. Follow up. Listen up. Okay? Inside here, on this side, where this, well, let me zoom in a little bit. I'm going to explain this to you. But you guys pay close attention. See this here seat right here? I call that a stopper. means stopper. What is this stopper? It's a stopper because it stops the gas. Now see that little orifice hole down in there? Okay. This here, when this here part right here is pulled up, it lets that stopper through and we'll get gas up through here. Okay, that's no biggie. But here's the deal. Beneath that orifice there, see how you can see through it now? Is the sponge. And the sponge works just like this. See how, I want you, here, let's do it here on paper. The sponge, you know, obviously is going to go up against this here. Alright? And this is your flame adjustment screw. When you screw this in, it compresses that sponge. Flattens it out, if you will. Like this. When you turn the screw counterclockwise, of course it unloosens this brass and allows the sponge to decompress, allows gas through these parts here. Well, they put them screens on top. Sometimes they don't help. They work okay at first, but over a period of time, to me, they're just problematic. You say, well, why did they put that hole in there? Because let's just say, for instance, this sponge gets real plugged up, okay? I mean, it's just got a bunch of garbage in it. You know, dirty butane, say, for instance. Okay? Now, if you can still, okay, unscrew this, and this here piston goes up, you're still going to get butane through this hole. Although this here, compressing against the sponge, will determine how much butane you're going to get through that hole. So no matter what, if the sponge gets plugged up, you still got this hole here that's going to allow some butane through it. Okay? That makes sense? If this hole gets plugged up because you got a screen on there and the screen gets bunched up, you know, because the screen, I mean they're really small, and it's easier to just mash them together, and then basically we don't allow any gas to it. Okay, well, take the screen off, reuse the sponge, poke a hole through it like this, and save yourself some freaking heartache. All the problem on this, look at that. That thing's pretty clear. Pretty clean down in there. I don't know, let me see if you can see it or not. I don't think you can. You can see the brass down in there on the side. That's clean. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to put that sponge back down in there. Get a 2.5 millimeter rod. I'm going to push that sponge all the way down. I'm going to check it, make sure it's all the way down, yeah. All the way down. Push this piston. Sometimes these pistons, keep an eye on these pistons, okay? Because sometimes they got a slight small taper on this end, whereas this end here could be flush. You want to put that little taper in, if it has one, down in there first. Okay. Obviously, you know what we got to do next here. Put some, we got to get these O-rings off of here. Look at that. They, you know, they're still pliable and you might be able to use them, but let's face it, they're not going to be the same diameter outer diameters it was when they once put them on, because they've been sitting inside that body of that lighter, and they've been just been compressed for 20 or 30 years, whatever it is. 4.36. I'm gonna say 4.50. 4.50 by 8. I want to get a 4.5 by a 0.8. Come close to a 4. There's a 4.1. There's a 4.3. Let's try that. You say, well, why a 4.3? Well, usually this rod looks a little bit bigger, and we'll put that on there first and give it a shot. I'm thinking this should work. Alright, it should work. It'll get on there. Yeah. That goes outside the boundary. Yeah, that's going to work fine. There we go. So, we got a little bit of dirt and corrosion right in there. See them walls there? So, I'm going to put that in there. Put a little bit of alcohol on this here. Wipe them walls out a little bit. Let me zoom back out, getting too close. That's pretty good right there. Now we'll put this back in there. And that feels perfect. It really does. That's got just enough tension. I can tell. If that's really hard, you can't hardly move it. You got the O-rings on there. Well, your O-rings are the OD's too much. Okay, so either cut down on the cord size. Most generally, you got to cut down on the cord size. If you got the outer diameter close, the cord size is too thick. All right. Now, I got to. Boy, I wonder what size that is. I'm just going to measure this. I don't know if I got anything that'll fit for that. I just found some on the internet. These little stoppers, and I ordered some. Should be getting them in here in about a week. I'll tell you what. That's a 1. Okay, 1 by 2, 2.25. 1 by 2.20. I don't know if I've got any of those. Let me see if I got something in there that'll work. Because I don't want to stop on this. I want to get this lighter done. one thing you gotta remember. You see that hole right there? I want you guys gotta listen to this because I've had this happen before. So, you see that hole right there? Well, what happens is when this valve goes up, the stopper comes up, lets gas, and gets through that hole and goes out the top here. I'm going to show you something. If you put a stopper in there and the stem is too long, you'll block that hole. Alright, so keep that in mind. You don't want to block that hole. You'll have to disassemble it. So, and these guys that do these lighter repairs, well, they, of course, you know, they have the proper stems and all that, or, you know, stoppers, but I don't. I just gotta find something that'll work and use it. That's why it takes me a lot longer to repair a lighter than will these guys. Them guys got, believe it or not, them guys got diagrams for lighters. That'll work right there. It's a little bit smaller, but still. See how it's hitting center in there anyway? That'll work. We're good to go. Yeah, believe it or not, I'm going to do a video on a guy where I've been getting some of these tools and stuff from, okay? I'm going to do a complete video, and the guy's on eBay, and I just ordered some of these new stoppers he's got now, but he had 6 different sizes, and there's 200 in each, so I ordered 1,200 of these little stoppers here, because they had different size heads and they had different size stems. Okay, so between those, I don't think I'll have a problem anymore trying to find a stopper. Alright, I'm not going to mess with this O-ring here, because that O-ring's fine, and it doesn't really see gas. I mean, it doesn't see that much, so it's not hard and brittle. This one doesn't see any at all, any gas. Alright, so that's going to be good. I'm just going to put that right back in the lighter. Something a little smaller. Four. Let's do a 3.5. That's why I did a 4. I think that's too big to go up. No, it's okay. And this saves me a lot of trouble. I'm telling you guys, I bought all them tools I got over there. I'll show you my video I do, but $360, $370 worth of tools there. This guy will work with you too if you buy a quantity of them, so he'll work with you. Okay. Now, let's see here. this back through here a little bit. Okay. We got that tank done. Now let's see what we got here as far as those O-rings are fine. They don't seal, but I will grease them. They felt smooth inside, and they ought to be actually, because they're just ain't. Alright. Yeah, that's good. We're good there. We're good there. Everything in there. Okay. Let's put this back. I'm going to put this on here again. I might have to just yeah, I'm gonna have to adjust this a little bit. There we go. There we go, that's good. Just like that. I like to take a little bit of alcohol and just kind of go up in there a little ways. Just kind of just get a little bit of a cleaning. Any dirt or anything. All right. Now, okay. Okay, let's get this going in here. Okay. There's that. Get down in here. This little thing here is an activation lever. I'm not going to hook that up yet, but I'm just going to leave that over on this side. So, anyway, okay. Now, it's time to reassemble. I don't even have to clean this thing. It's like, I usually have to clean these off, but I don't have to. It's like new. but I will clean this. Clean the inside of this. I like to clean my lighters so they look, if they look new, you know, they got a little bit of a butane residue from being lightly used, and I like to clean them, and you know, that way somebody gets it back. You know, they don't do that. Doggone it, fell down in there. They don't do that like some of these lighter repair places, guys. They fix them. They don't clean your freaking lighters up for you. I can personally tell you that because I've checked it out to see if they did. They didn't. They didn't clean mine up. No, they didn't. They did not clean it up a bit. You're not falling down there a second time. Trying to get that. Gotta get that. Oh, that came out. Goes down that hole there. Alright, let's see if we can get it down in there now. Still ain't down there, right? I think that's it right there. Okay. Get this started without losing it, that'd be nice. Okay, what I want to do now is I want to go ahead and put some butane in here. Take them valves out, guys. You gotta purge the air out of the tanks. Until you get liquid butane. Okay. I don't have the spring thing on, but you can get plenty of gas out there. I just got to screw down this valve some. Getting a little bit there. See what we got. Boy, that's a good high flamer. I think I'm gonna leave that right there. All right, now. Put this on. Can't figure out which way that went. Okay, I see now. I see how it went now. Let's see. There we go. That should, excuse me. That should be, that's wide open. That's turned down. Let's see what turned down is. Turn down's off. There we go. All right, we're good there. Now, all I got to do is install this back in there. I can't remember which way it goes. goes this way. See how this is beveled? I think the bevel goes toward the bottom because there wasn't very much hanging out toward the top when I got my fingernail in there to get that off. Yeah, just like that. Good to go. Let's put one of my premium flints in here. These flints here are made in the same place. All high quality flints are made. Same company makes all those. You ever notice it says on the back of the pack, like on Dunhill or Klebe or anything like that, makes these high quality flints. If you ever notice, it says made in Austria. Well, there's a reason. That's because that's where your best flints are. But I didn't get that flint wheel on there wrong. I think I did. How in the world could I possibly do that? I think I got that flint wheel on there wrong. I know I did. Can you imagine? Can you believe that? I can't believe that. You know what that means, don't you? It means I gotta completely disassemble this again. Good Lord. Not that bad of a thing though, because this time it will come loose. Last time it wouldn't. That's the problem I had last. Yes, sir. I had that freaking flint wheel on backwards. You believe that garbage? I'm usually a stickler about making sure something like that's done right, but no, well. See, that's why I had a hard time. You see how I got that apart, guys? I had that flint wheel, I thought it was screwed on, and you see me in there trying to back screw it, you know. Well, it didn't screw on. It was just on that brass rod, just tighter and tight. Anyway. See. Now let's put that quality flint back in there. Yeah. There we go. Plenty of flame adjustment on that now. Plenty of flame. Goes right out. Excellent. some air in there. Push this little clip back right here. Push that down in. Nope, I didn't put the right end in first. I guess that end's gotta kind of work its way in there a little sideways. It's got a little, there we go. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Now let's adjust that down a little bit. I don't know the name of this, guys, but it's BLA, I guess. But I can tell you one thing. It's a quality lighter, and this big roller on it makes lighting this thing as smooth as butter. Beautiful lighter. Looks like almost like a stainless steel. There you go.